got my 2012 Chevy Equinox. Sorry about that if I blinded you. The battery's dead. I can't get the battery out because this is so corroded right here, and it's just fused onto that post. So I went to the auto parts store and I got this replacement cable right here. So I'm hoping that it's not too involved that I can't figure out where it goes and everything. But anyway, I'm gonna replace this new one onto that, and then also of course replace the battery. So I was gonna try to show you step by step how to do that. So I already got started on it, and I took this off the top. So this was up here on the top. There's a little bolt right down in here that you have to take out, and then this slides forward a little bit and pick it up and just put it over to the side. And now this part right here was down. There were a couple pins, plastic pins here, so I got those out, and then this part just flips up. Okay, then I've got two 10mm bolts, one here, one over here. I gotta take this part off right here, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, I'm back. I got that plate off the top right here. It was like this, something, I don't know, one way or the other, like this here. Okay, so I took out the two bolts out. This lifts right off, so I'm putting that to the side. All right, next step is I got to loosen up this bolt right here to get the positive cable off, and then you're supposed to be able to loosen this bolt to get this off, but that ain't gonna come off. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna handle that, but right here, this negative, this is supposed to loosen up, and then this is supposed to come off. That ain't really happening. So I don't know, but I'm gonna get this one loose, and then I'm gonna fiddle with this. I might end up just wrecking it, I don't know, to get it off. We'll see. Okay, so I got the battery out. I had to beat it to death, and finally it broke off, and then I just took a screwdriver and like just hacked that off right there, so it came off. So I got the post is off there. Now that battery is useless, but it was dead anyway, so it didn't matter. All right, next, take these three bolts out next, so I can get down under here to follow these cables around and see where they're headed. And so I'm using this kind of as a guide right here. We got that plug there, and then another plug, and then this one that obviously is a bolt, and then there's another bolt down here at the end. So well, keep you posted here. I'll let you know what size this is, what size these are. All right, so this is a 13mm down here at the bottom. So I'm gonna break these loose, try to move this pan a little bit out of the way if I can, so I can get down underneath. Looks like also gonna have to take this loose here maybe, or loosen it anyway, just so I can tip it up. Everything's down under here under the engine, so it's probably gonna be a bear to get it. Okay, so down under here is one of the plugs. I don't know if you can see down in there. Probably not very well. But this wire, it doesn't go far. It's just under these two little cables here. So I gotta wiggle that around. And then there's also this plug right here. And this other one goes down somewhere down there. So I gotta figure that one out. The long one is down on the side of the engine block down here, so it's gonna be, I'm gonna have to move this out of the way, I think, to get on it. It's right by the hose, so that'll be no fun. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. Okay, just a quick update here. I got this plug off, which is right here on the side, and then this wire one plug is right down here on that spot right there. And then down in here is the shorter cable is attached to the frame, and that's a 13mm bolt right there, right under the hose, and these wires are in the way. So yeah, trying to get at that, and it's kind of a deep, you need a deep socket, but then you got this hose in the way. So anyway, just trying to finagle and get that loose, and then I'll work on the last one, which is down there. So you can see here, I was able to get on the bolts up under here. You gotta kind of lift up on the hose really hard and get it on there. It probably needs a deeper or medium-sized well socket, but it wasn't real tight, thankfully, so I was able to break it loose and just kind of wiggle it a little bit until I can get my hand in there on it and hopefully get it loose. Been at it for a good hour. There's one little bolt, just trying to get it loose. It's driving me crazy. It's the last bolt, but anyway, I'm right now taking this part off here. It's just in the road, and I think I can get at the bolt better down there, way down yonder. But anyway, this is a 15mm on this thing. I don't even know what it's for, it's just in the way. But anyway, I'm taking it off, and hopefully I can get the bolt the rest of the way out. So, a success! I got it! It only took me an hour and 15 minutes to get that one bolt that would be right here, right there, off. It's out. Here today, this is day 2 of working on the 2012 Chevy Equinox, trying to replace the negative battery terminal cable. And last night I got it all taken out, and today we're gonna work on putting it in. I have a neighborhood friend coming over in a little bit to kind of help me out. Hopefully with that one bolt anyway, but I can't get to real easily. So I don't know if I said this yesterday, but I had to take off a bracket. This little bracket that was on the side of the engine here. And the bolts were two 15mm bolts on this. So got that off so I could get my arm in there a little bit better, but there's still all these wires down here in the way. You just have to kind of fish your hand down in there, and it took me about an hour and 15 minutes to get that bolt out. So good thing they're not paying me by the hour, right? But anyway, now we're gonna have to get it back in. So, all right, stay tuned. And I'll all right, so I wanted to show, I got a bungee cord on the hose here to pull that away from the bolt area so he could get a 1/4" socket with a 15mm. He's just working it in.
Got to zoom on that, baby? You got to zoom on that thing?
Yeah, well, okay, now it's gone. All right, put that on again.
Alright, so you come right here. There's gonna be your furthest bolt, 2 bolts over. You can go straight down in here. And you see where the 15mm is attached. That way, make sure. Yep, right there. So you just tighten that baby up just like that. And
comes over. So we gotta attach to the frame back in here with this shorter one. And then there's 2 plugs, which I already talked to you about yesterday. But there's a plug here and this one right here. All right, so we're putting that on the frame down behind there, behind the wheel well. There you go. It's kind of hid right here, right there in that area. So right, and then there's a bolt. That bolt goes on top of it.
sweet.
Yeah. And it's a 13, I think that's a 13mm.
I'll lift this hose a little bit.
Yeah, that's the butter.
Not even on it? Yeah.
Yeah, well.
There she goes. It's gonna be a 2-hander.
Alright, so we're putting the, well, yeah, we I had taken this off right here. It's just where the cover mounts onto, little bracket. So we got that put back on. And then we're now putting the battery compartment back together. So these are, I think, 14 millimeter. Yeah, they're 14 millimeters. We're getting that all together. There's 3 bolts.
I got that one right here.
I don't know what it's doing.
Yeah, now it's recording.
Okay, so we were just doing this bracket right here that's holding the air conditioning line steady, and that's against the wall of the battery compartment. All right, so we're putting this bracket back on here. This is 10 millimeter. That's deep, so it's 10, but you got to use something, a deep well or yeah, wrench on that. So next is hooking up the battery terminals and then putting this back on top. Alright, so we're getting the negative battery terminal cable on here. Got it all solid. Alright.
That's the one you tighten right there.
Yeah, this one right here.
That one's
Don't worry about that one. Alright, so that goes on, cover on.
Boom.
Okay, now I gotta do the positive one.
Alright, watch yourself.
There you go.
What is it, 10 mil?
Yeah, but it won't fit. You gotta use a wrench.
Where did I put that
Over
adjuster?
there. That little one. And be careful, if you hit the edge, shoot sparks at you.
Around it. Freaking.
Yeah. There, I'll put that there. Maybe that'll help.
Somebody freaking hooking up a jumper cable the wrong way. One more. Some hand tight.
Okay.
She should crank right on up.
Alright, I'll put that back on top here. So, yeah, it goes that way. So there's like a little, it locks in here.
What is this? A cooler?
No, I think it's like the computer or something.
Does that go right here?
Yeah, but you have to get it. There's like a little.
Oh, I see.
They go up. This goes in those little slits. There you go. That's it. Okay. So that's how I get it.
Let's see.
There's one last bolt that goes in right here. Right there. And it's a 10 millimeter, I think. Alright, and then this goes back on top. So this slides, or clips on or something. There,
Yep, same
slides
way.
on there. Alright, then we gotta put the cover back on up here. Alright, so we got it running. Just like it sort of used to. Alright. Alright, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully this is helpful if you have to do the same project at home. Alright, thanks for watching.